YouTube? The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we are going to go over our 7-star skill tier list. This is my top 11. I'm not doing a top 10. We're doing a top 11 just because I like an odd number and it's a prime number. So we're doing our top 11 champions for 7 stars and only 7 stars. So there are some 6 stars in here that definitely still should be in the top 10 of all champions, but they are not available as 7 stars. We'll point them out too, and they're not going to be ranked in this. This is only 7 stars, and we're also going to go over kind of the shtick, and that's the thing I call it, the special thing that each one of these characters has, and it's usually the thing that makes them be in the top 11. All right. So before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell and share this video. That's really important. Share the video. All right. Here it is right there. Our top 11 are Nick Fury, Shang-Chi. Let's put the little thing around him. Shang-Chi, Hitmonkey, Elsa Bloodstone, Atuma, Okoye, Lumatrix, however you want to say it. Mole Man, who is now available as a 7-star. Massacre, who also is now available as a 7-star. Chi-Ilth, and Bullseye. Now, I've got the rest of these in alphabetical order, so there are some exceptions to a lot of this. The first one is going to be Aegon. Aegon is not available as a 7-star. And personally, I don't think he's ever going to be available as a 7-star. He is the guy that we've been bringing in to kind of cheat code out through the Abyss and Necropolis, because he can just wail through everything. And then a couple more that I want to point out. And what I've got here are some columns. Are they available as a 6-star? Yes or no? Are they available as a 7-star? Yes or no? Do I have them ranked up to rank 3? And what is their overall rank that I think? So out of the top 11, Massacre, Mole Man, Chi-Ilth, and Bullseye, and actually this is not true anymore. For Wheel of Fate, I ranked Bullseye up to rank 3 for my fight with Spiral in the second run. So there's only certain champs you can use in Wheel of Fate, and that's the second one. So champions not available as 7 stars, didn't get any kind of ranking at all. Aegon is an exception to that. Another exception to that is going to be, I'm looking here, Kingpin. Kingpin is another one. I cannot wait for him to be available as a 7-star, but he is not available as a 7-star right now. Most of the other ones are just kind of junk, like Night Thrasher and Punisher. Stealth Spidey's okay. Squirrel Girl and Taskmaster. Thor Ragnarok. Valkyrie, everybody was hot about Valkyrie back in the day. Winter Soldier. And, So pretty much out of all of those, Aegon and Kingpin are the two that I really would like to see as 7 stars, but I don't think we're ever going to see Aegon as a 7-star. All right, so let's start at the bottom, and let's go through each one of these. So Bullseye is ranked number 11. His first stick is he doesn't miss. So let's go through his kit here. And I'm going to make this bigger. Okay. And here's Bullseye. There is Bullseye. Amazing that he's way down there for a... I get rid of this here. For a B, because they're all in alphabetical order. So I never miss. All hits bypass miss. And all hits are guaranteed crits. Crits and personal effects can be inflicted through blocks that are not well timed. So you can hit people's block, and it's still going to do a ton of damage. He's immune to precision and fatigue, and gains a non-stacking cruelty buff for 8 seconds when the immunity triggers. So if you dex, he doesn't get precision, he gets a cruelty. Because you automatically crit, so you don't need precision. This buff will not re-trigger while active. And then when the opponent would be inflicted with the bleed effect, gain a cruelty. So when he has blade attacks, these are inflicted when any attack is evaded or special attack is avoided with dexterity. So does quite a bit of damage. So that is his first shtick, is the no miss. His second shtick is the auto crit, which we just read. The third shtick is his insta-bleeds, so he insta-bleeds on a bunch of different attacks. His killer instinct, that is another one. So if we go down here, I never miss, dialed in, killer instinct. So gaining a bar of power grants a non-stacking killer instinct passive for 3 seconds. This will not trigger while already active. This is paused during his special attacks and while over 1 bar of power, or until a personal evade triggers. So while killer instinct is active, so it's like a little green target on him, he has a 100% chance to invade incoming basic attacks, not specials, basic attacks, purifying any stun debuffs in the process. And then once it triggers, this goes into cooldown. When killer instinct expires, it goes on to cooldown for 12 seconds, or until Bullseye strikes the opponent 10 times. When evading, Bullseye's counter attacks, he counterattacks and inflicts a bleed, doing 997 direct damage. So after counterattacking, and the ability to activate Special 3 is disabled for 1 second. So those are all very cool shticks that he's got. And then he's got the perfect release. So that's up here. This one is not easy to do. You have to kind of memorize how many attacks he gets with his Special 1 or Special 2. But if you get it, he gets the dialed in, which gives him more cruelty. So that's all great. Okay. That is number 11. Number 10 is Chi-Ilth. And I have her as a 6-star. I have her as a 7-star. She is a rank 2 right now, not a rank 3. And she is number 10. So she's got her spirit charge. So let's pull her up here. So we want to go back. And she is right here. So she's got her spirit charges. Every 20 seconds, Sister Eagle and Brother Grizzly. And they do different things, bestow a spirit charge. As a defender, this is every 10 seconds. So if she has Sister Eagle, while blocking the opponent's attacks, her attack rating is capped at 100% of what it was at the start of the fight. So it can't go any higher than that because of Furies and things. Well-timed blocks reduce the attack rating cap to 50%. Each well-timed block also shortens the spirit charge timer by 5 seconds. And then if Brother Grizzly is on, Chi-Ilth's bleed debuffs deal direct damage. Striking the opponent with the axe inflicts a bleed debuff, and that's basically the first and last medium or heavy attacks. And then Brother Grizzly shortens the spirit timer by 7 seconds each time Chi-Ilth punishes a heavy attack or a special attack. So that's that. Okay, so her other shtick, we just went over both of those. So she's got all of that, plus she's got her cleanse that she gets from spirit charges. And so she gets them every 20 seconds, but if she does special things, then that timer goes down. And Brother Grizzly grants crit damage and a 15% bleed per charge, and that's basically it. Okay, so we went over both of those, and then she's got her heavy, which punishing a heavy attack or a special attack pauses all personal debuffs on the opponent for 5 seconds. The final hit does an additional 2 bleeds. So her first and last medium do bleeds, and then if you punish a heavy or a special with a heavy, it puts 2 more bleeds on them, and it pauses all the bleeds. So you can really stack up the bleeds quite a bit. Somewhere in here, she gets a grit charge. So she gets, against gamma opponents, her personal debuffs are more potent. And her special attack, gain a Grizzly Grit, and the Grit charge, unstoppable opponents react to hits as though they weren't. So she stops unblockables. Okay, so that is Chi-Ilth. Next on our list is Massacre, or as we like to call him, Massacre. So I have him as a 6-star. I have him as a 7-star. He is not awakened, and he is not ranked. Oh, he is available as a 7-star. I do not have him as a 7-star, so thus I do not have him ranked to rank 3. He is number 9 in my rankings. So he has his baseball bat. So let's go to him. That is his big shtick, one of them at least. Massacre. Where is he? There he is, right there. Okay. Baseball bat attacks. First, second, and third light attacks, as well as the first, medium, and heavy utilize the baseball bat. And they have a really good block penetration. Landing a crit hit, being blocked, or striking an opponent that has an incinerate grants 1 ignition charge for 20 seconds, this used to be a lot shorter. They buffed him up. Crit hits deal an additional 1,021 damage dealt as a burst of energy damage for each ignition charge. While ignited, Massacre cannot gain ignition charges, and when he reaches 10, all charges are consumed, and Massacre's bat becomes ignited for 20 seconds. Okay? So those are all really important things, and then he gets ignition. So while ignited, the block penetration is doubled. When striking a block, passively gain power equal to what the unblocked attack would have granted. So he's all about hitting into the block. The attack incinerates the enemy for a lot of damage, and this effect also removes perfect block. And then these incinerate debuffs gain a second duration for each incinerate on the opponent. So you can just keep going up to 5 seconds. And you can keep these incinerates on for a really, really long time. But it's all about hitting into the opponent's block. And that's basically it. His rotation very much works off of the special 2. So where you have ignition, if you hit into their block with the special 2, the attack rating is increased by, for this, it's 136,000. That's massive. And if it's ignited, the block penetration goes up even more. So you want to hit into the block because it'll do, for a 6-star, a maxed out 6-star, it does roughly 100,000 points of damage. All right, who is next on our list? The next one is Mole Man. Mole Man is number 8. He is available as a 6-star. He is available as a 7-star. I do not have him, so he is not ranked to 3. So he has his monster mass, and if his monster mass is less than 10, he has true accuracy. So let's look at Mole Man here very quickly. He is after Massacre. There he is right there. So he has shock immunity, and he has his crit hits, 100% chance to inflict a bleed, and they deals a burst of energy damage if the opponent is suffering from a shock. That's good. So his monster mass, 100% chance to gain monster mass with inflicted with a debuff. So he gets rid of the debuff, and then he gets a monster mass. This has a minus 70% chance when fighting mutant champions, and you get up to 20. Debuffs are purified 1 second after. At 5 or more, this time is decreased to half a second. Each monster mass grants physical resistance. Blocking basic attacks grants an unstoppable. Gain a 75% chance to resist block break while at least one monster mass is there. Gain a monster mass if debuff fails to apply to Mole Man due to immunity. And you gain monster mass from heavy attacks. So when above 5 monster mass, activating Unstoppable activates Frenzy. We'll talk about that here. And where is it? Here it is. While Frenzy is not active and Mole Man is below 10 monster mass, he gets a true accuracy, which means he ignores auto blocks and evades, which is really important. But you have to be careful because if you go above 10, then that goes away. And then we talked about monster mass. Frenzy is his other big thing. When above 5, activating an unstoppable effect. So remember, here's the unstoppable effect up here. If you activate it, then he goes into a frenzy, allowing all hits to be guaranteed critical hits. And if they're guaranteed, then they all do bleed damage. During the frenzy, monster mass cannot be removed, but each monster mass expires after 2 seconds, and debuffs can no longer be purified. After monster mass falls to 0, frenzy cannot happen for 15 seconds. So you can still heavy and gain monster mass If you do this while you're frenzied, then your attack rating goes up. So that, that is all awesome stuff. And then we talked about the heavy. Next is number 7, which is Lumatrix or Lumatrix. He is available as a 6-star. He's available 7-star. I do have him. He is rank 3 right now. So he has his endurance. So let's go to Lumatrix. He is right here. And he has his endurance, misdirection, invisibility. Here it is, endurance. Start each fight with an indefinite 25% endurance, which reduces the duration of non-damaging debuffs. When the opponent misses while Lumatrix is blocking, also gain a 25% endurance passive for 20 seconds. So that's a good one to get rid of like armor breaks and disorients and things like that. The next thing he has is misdirection deception, which is down here, which is an evade. So you can charge your heavy. If they come at you, then you evade. And then it's removed, and you go invisible after that. And then while the evade charge is active, he gains 100% chance to evade basic attacks. Don't do this while the opponent has a bar of power, because they'll just use their special, and you'll get hit. And it grants 1 cunning. And then he's got his deception, which he immediately goes into after the evade. So after performing evade, he goes invisible for 3 seconds, paused during his special attacks, and while invisible or while he's performing special attack 1, gains stun immunity. So these two things together, you basically want to have 3 bars of power. You want to go back. You want to hit the heavy. You want to charge it. You want the evade to happen. You want to go invisible. You want to hit them with, because he's got a fractured power bar, you want to hit with the special 1, and then immediately go to the special 2. And it's an unblockable special 2, because if you do specials while you are invisible, they are unblockable. Okay, so let's go, and I think we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about all that. So that's basically that. Okoya. She is available as a 6-star. She is available as a 7-star. I do have her, and she is rank 3, and she is number 6. And she gets precisions. So let's talk about that. She is just a damage dealer in a massive, massive way. All right, here she is. So Elite Wakandan training grants 2 ranks of dexterity, whether you got it or not. Precision buffs gained from dexterity last 3 seconds, an extra 3 seconds, and can stack up 20 times. Start each fight with 15 dexterity precision buffs. Medium attacks grant 2. Avoiding an attack with dexterity grants 3. So you can get these. You can get a lot of these. And she's not easy to do, because she does multiple attacks with each basic attack, so you kind of have to pay attention to it. Very much like Quicksilver. Quicksilver is another one of these characters that is champions. It's very hard to track when their hit is happening. It's good to turn on the hit tracker so you can see the dots and the arrows show up. All right, what is the next thing she's got? The next thing she's got is she's got bleed shocks. So, she's got her combo meters, and where is the bleed shocks here? So, and she's got ensnare, combo, vicious. She does bleeds and shocks. Critical hits inflict a bleed and shock debuff, dealing direct damage and energy damage over a pretty short period. Each time an immunity prevents bleed or shock, refresh 4 bleeds and 4 shocks on the opponent. So, they can't actually get rid of them. They just can't. So they're gonna. So every time she gets a crit, she gets these. By getting these precision buffs, she gets more of these shocks and bleeds, and you just put tons of these. So this mechanic actually can make your phone CPU kind of slow down. So be very careful of that. She has her heavy attack. So let's look at that. The first hit consumes 20 combo meter to remove and reinflict up to 10 personal debuffs. And a combo meter thing is very important to her. She's got her combo meter. So each fight, she starts with a combo shield. Light attacks grant 1 combo meter per hit. When her combo meter reaches 50, she gets a vicious, which increases the potency of damaging debuffs, which is these bleeds and shocks, for 20 seconds, which can't re-trigger while active. When this vicious is active, pause all precision buffs. So there you go. Okay. So she's basically just attack, 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 attack. Okay. Atuma, who is not an easy champion to understand. He is available as a 6-star. He is available as a 7-star. I do have him. He is rank 3. He's my number 5. So he has this ability accuracy reversal mechanic. That is his major shtick. So let's go in. He is right here. So, while one of Atuma's personal abilities with a listed chance has over 100% chance to trigger, the ability has a chance to trigger additional times each time the chance is equal to the former chance minus 100%. This repeats until the ability fails due to chance. And he's got these special concussions which cause abilities not to trigger, which for him, it's reversed and it causes them to trigger. And it can cause them to trigger more than one time. So that is kind of the base of his shtick. He's got hydrations. So the water in Atuma special attacks grants him stacks of hydrations, which are passives that fall off one at a time over 7 seconds as Atuma dries out. With every stack of hydration, Atuma's attack rating is increased by a lot, and his regeneration rate is increased by a little bit, but this can go up quite a lot. At 10 stacks, he becomes immune to incinerates and gains a precision passive. At 19 stacks, he becomes unstoppable. When he is inflicted with or immune to an incinerate or shock, he loses 1 stack. So he can kind of get over incinerates and shocks. So that's another important thing, because you can power him up based off of his hydration. So his heavy here you got to pay attention. Whenever it has this 100% chance for Atuma to attempt to purify 1 non-damaging debuff. Now it says 100%, and we go to endurance, and there it is right there. The ability has a chance to trigger additional times each time. So this reversal thing can actually cause it to happen more times. So for depending on how many concussions he's got. He's 100% chance for Atuma to purify 1 damaging debuff, excluding concussions, and replace it with a concussion debuff, reducing Atuma's ability accuracy by 50% for 25 seconds. So that's really important. So when you heavy, you get rid of, and you can get rid of hydrations that way too, and they convert over. And so if you've got 1 concussion on, it's 150% reduction, meaning there's a 150% chance that you're gonna convert one of those over once to a concussion, and then you got a 50% chance to convert it another time. And that once the concussions happen, it just goes over and over and over again. If there are no eligible debuffs, this ability consumes the oldest stack of hydration instead. So there's where the hydrations come in. So like with the special one, 100% chance to gain 3 stacks of hydration. There's that 100% chance again, which means you can gain more than 3 stacks. You could gain 6 or 9. On activation, 120% chance to gain a true accuracy, which means you're going to gain more than these. These passives last for 7 seconds and fall off 1 at a time. So you could gain, depending on how many concussions you have, you could gain this multiple times, and you just keep going and going and going. And concussions. So we talked about that already. And essentially, you just want to get as many concussions as you can, and you want a special 2. That's basically it. It just does a ton of damage because of the hydration blast in the attack rating. Okay. Next is Elsa Bloodstone. We have her. She is available as a 6-star. She is available as a 7-star. We do have her. She is ranked 3, and I have, she is number 4. She has her blood gem. So let's look that up here. Elsa Bloodstone is right here. Here she is. And Blood Gem Protection. When Elsa is affected by a bleed debuff, non-mutant champions gain a passive degen. So if you have Double Edge on and your recoil mastery's automatically going to happen. That's on, and it's on for a really long time. Until all bleed debuffs on Elsa end. And that bleed from Double Edge lasts for a long time. So they're going to take a bunch of direct damage, and that's every half second. So that's literally 2,700 damage every second. While suffering from a non-damaging debuff, she has a 100% chance to purify one of any debuff every two and a half. She just does it. And after purifying a debuff, gain a precision. So things like disorients and armor breaks, things like that, go away. All right, so that's that. She has well-timed block evade. So when she would do a well-timed block, she has a 100% chance to evade, and then when she does this, she counters with the revolver, does some damage, and then this goes on cooldown for 11 seconds. So that's a pretty cool mechanic. She's got her different rounds that she can use. Enhanced munition, so she's got Hellfire rounds and Behemoth busters. And Hellfire rounds, medium combo ender. So if you end a medium combo, it inflicts an incinerate. If the opponent has triggered an invade or they're immune to incinerate, they get a cold snap instead. And then the Behemoth busters on a hit. So this is on a light combo ender or a special 2. Inflict a busted debuff, increasing the potency of incoming incinerates or cold snaps by 50%. Additionally, each time an opponent is struck by a critical hit, you deal direct damage. So I like putting on a bunch of these, and then I switch over to Hellfire rounds. So and these last for quite a while. These are 21 seconds, so they last for a while. You put 2 or 3 of these on, and then you go over to Hellfire rounds, and then you just start stacking up damage that way with either incinerates and then the degens. And then that's basically it. And I kind of go between special 1s and special 2s with her. Hit Monkey is available as a 6-star and a 7-star, and I do have him, and he is a rank 3. He is number 3. We've got the Monkey Scheme, so let's take a look at the Monkey Scheme for Hit Monkey. All right, here's Hit Monkey. He's got nunchucks. Landing 3 crit hits in a row does bleed damage. Here is his Monkey Scheme. So landing three crits in a row grants Hit Monkey a Monkey Scheme, which cannot be reduced. And then if he blocks or dodges an attack, it converts the Monkey Scheme into Assassin's Cunning. If he attacks or is struck, converts the Monkey Scheme into Primal Rage. So against mercenary opponents, it always converts into both. And while they're active, Monkey Scheme cannot be gained. So, and then each one of these has its own thing as well. And if he's knocked down, he gets Assassin's Cunning and Primal Rage. So Assassin's Cunning prevents evades. Super important mechanic. That is one of the most important mechanics in the game. You gain a 60% chance to evade an incoming basic attack while not blocking. I would never do that. Evading removes Assassin's Cunning. The bleed debuffs from Hit Monkey's nunchucks can't. I don't know how nunchucks can cause bleed, because to me those things look like butterfly knives, but that's okay. So they can be critical bleeds, multiplying their potency by crit damage multiplier. The chance for crit bleeds to occur is further increased for every 3 crit hits. So there we go. And then his Primal Rage ignores opponent's armor and resistances. He gains a 100% chance to purify 1 of each stun and damage over time when one is gained. So this will actually get rid of the Double Edge and Liquid Courage poisons and bleeds if you get this. Light attacks have a 20% chance to disorient, decreasing block proficiency and defensive ability accuracy, which can lower evade by 40%. The chance to disorient is increased by 2.5% flat for each hit landed during the Primal Rage. And then special attack hits have the same chance for disorient. So lot to do with that, and he's got the bleeds. So he is pretty awesome. Shang-Chi is our next, number 2. Available as a 6-star. Available as a 7-star. Ranked to rank 3, yes. Number 2, we have our Wushu Strikes. So let's talk about that. Shang-Chi. Where is he? There he is right there. Okay, Wushu Strikes. So a medium is a disarming strike. It puts a slow on. A medium is a cleansing strike, which gives him 3 purifies. A medium medium is a breaking strike, which allows him to become unblockable. And a medium medium puts a stun on. So for each readied Wushu strike, I like to start with the pinpoint strike. So I go medium, light, medium. That stuns them for a very long time in this game. And then I immediately go to medium, and then medium, light, medium. And so I get the stun, I put the slow on them, and I got my purifies. So that is a great mechanic. His awakened ability is another great mechanic of his. Crit hits deal a burst of damage. That's massive. And then he can perform crit hits through the opponent's block. That's a massive mechanic too. And then his special too. So if you go through all of these and you get your chi charges, so the last hit is a guaranteed crit hit, provides a chi charge. So once you use these, you get your chi charge. You can't get it again if you do one of these again, and these don't happen. Every time you activate this thing, then you get a chi charge. You can reset those by doing a heavy. You gain a precision for each chi charge. And all unreadied Wushu strikes are ready, and then you can just do it again. And then you hit them with a special 2. Each hit is a guaranteed critical hit, which does a bunch of extra damage. Consume all chi charges, increasing the attack rating for each hit by 3,000 for each chi charge. All unreadied Wushu strikes are ready. So then you can just start it all over again. So I like to get like 5 or 6 chi charges, slam in the special 2. It does like way over 100,000 points of damage. And then everything's ready again, and then you just rinse and repeat. And he's got a Purify, which I can't say how great that is, and a slow. That's another one too. But it is a medium, which means a lot of times there's like Mix Master. If you do 2 attacks in the same attack in a row, that it's not going to work. So that's kind of a crappy thing. Okay, and our last champion, number 1, Nick Fury, is available as a 6-star, is available as a 7-star. I do have him, and he is a rank 4. He is my only 7-star rank 4 skill. He is number 1. Shtick number 1, Nick has 2 lives. Let's take a look at Nick. And that is an awakened ability. So it is so important to have Nick Fury awakened. Here he is right there, and there is his awakened ability. He gets his life model decoy. It is so important to have him awakened. I cannot reiterate that enough. Super important to have him awakened because he essentially counts as 2 characters. Bleeds. He does a massive amount of bleeds. So ending combo with a light attack has a 100% chance to inflict a bleed that deals 4,531 over 1 second. It's a very short bleed. Like these medium enders don't do very much damage. But this one does a lot, and you can stack up enough bleeds to, if you've got enough despair, you can reverse regens. Landing a heavy inflicts 3 stacks of bleeds, which do like twice as much damage as the medium attacks. And when hitting into an auto block, is stun immune and has a 100% chance to inflict bleeds. That's awesome. That's because auto blocks suck. So you can, so he's not going to get blasted by it. Knocking down the opponent purifies Nick's non-damaging debuffs. That's also awesome. So he's got a lot of stuff that is associated with that. And then he has his tactical advantage charges. Another great thing. Starts the fight with 6 when fighting an Avenger. When Nick is struck, he has a 100% chance to gain 1. Reduced to 25% against mutants, so that's important. While Nick is under the effect of a Fury, tactical durations are paused. And Nick loses 1 every 6 seconds. You need to watch that. You can get them from special ones or just getting hit. I would get them from special ones. At 5, cannot be missed or evade. At 10, His Purifier effects now target all debuffs. So up here, they only target non-damaging debuffs. Now they target all debuffs, including damage like bleeds and shocks and things like that. At 15, he's unblockable. And at 20, all charges are removed and replaced with Fury's Fury, which grants a massive attack rating. Special 3s just do a bunch of extra damage. That's really it. Really, the shtick is to do the special 2s. It stuns the opponent, does a bunch of bleed damage. All right, that is our list. That's it. That is our list of our top tier 7-star skill champions. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I'll catch everybody later.